on Armed Forces Radio, 107.7 FM Abuja. And welcome to the program Civil Military Hour right here on Armed Forces Radio 107.7 FM.
Hello Abuja, Nigeria. You are on to the evening drive show right here on Armed Forces Radio.
Chers auditeurs, n'oubliez pas que vous êtes sur 107.7 et la voix que vous écoutez, c'est celle de Pierrette.
This song don't stay with this new song, brand new song.
For joining us on our Metropolitan of the News here on Armed Forces Radio 107.7 FM.
The Armed Forces of Nigeria Radio Service has reached a historic milestone, celebrating its 10th anniversary with a renewed pledge to national service and public enlightenment. It was a moment of pride and reflection as military and civilian dignitaries gathered in Abuja to commemorate 10 years of Armed Forces Radio service. The executive director, a retired colonel, reaffirmed the station's role as a vital bridge between the armed forces and Nigerians, pledging continued dedication to truth, strategic communication, and the promotion of national unity.
In the course of this 1 decade of excellence in broadcasting, we wish to thank the Chief of Defense Staff, who has been the major backbone of the station. We wish to thank our very revered listeners who have continued to tune in every day of the last 10 years to listen to our programs. Your confidence in our abilities has continued to inspire us, and we want to assure you that as we commence our broadcast steps in the second decade of the life of this station, we will continue to stay the course and give you very informative, educative, and inspiring programs from the Armed Forces Radio Service.
The Honorable Minister of Defense, Muhammad Babdaro, ably represented by the Ministry's Permanent Secretary, lauded Armed Forces Radio for its decade of service to national security, communication, and public engagement.
Today's information landscape is deeply contested. Misinformation, propaganda, and psychological operations are now common features of modern warfare. In this environment, Armed Forces Radio has become more than a communications outlet, but a frontline asset. It supports operations, it boosts troop morale, as well as enables the armed forces to engage the hearts and minds of Nigerians with authenticity and purpose.
They praised the station's resilience and relevance over the years, while urging it to deepen digital transformation, promote indigenous language programming, and amplify the voices of citizens, especially those in vulnerable and underserved areas, veterans, and frontline security personnel.
On this 10th anniversary, we must not see this as a resting point. Let it be a call for greater ambition, a call for greater heights, a call to reach for the skies. The next decade must embrace deeper digital integration, wider language inclusivity, more direct citizen engagement. Let's amplify the voices of the veterans, their families, our troops on the front line, ordinary Nigerians whose security concerns deserve to be heard and addressed. Let's therefore ensure that from the cities to the most remote villages, no voice is lost.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabi Musa, appreciated the military media's effort in promoting public trust, civil-military relations, and effective information dissemination.
In doing this, the station has satisfactorily denied oxygen to agents of disinformation and misinformation. The Armed Forces Radio has over the last 10 years worked very hard to secure a sensible listenership in the very competitive broadcast environment of Federal Capital Territory. Feedback received from our devoted listeners has consistently pointed to this direction. The Armed Forces of Nigeria Radio has also helped to positively influence local culture through music, indigenous narratives, and community engagements.
Against the background of insurgency, and that's why they came up with their own radio station. And why was this important? Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It was important because I've just told you, I told the organizers of this event that my name is Abiodun Adini. And that's what I was, my parents gave to me. And you can't call me by another name and expect me to respond to you. Your name is what you are identified with. It is what you have told people that you are. And if you are not able to control the narrative from the personal or group level, of course, you may not be able to execute the physical aspects of life, as the case could be, in any endeavor that we'll probably find ourselves.
I think we need to do more, use broadcasting very well. The professor talked about having different layers and multi-channels, expanding the radio station.
I think we were able to scale it, and there's every indication that I don't think that the station at the moment has been found guilty of breaching any of the broadcast codes. I believe, with the nod I'm getting from Madam from NBC, I think that's another basis to congratulate this station for meeting the bills of regulatory authorities.
Talk about the collaboration, the relationship with the FM radio station in Maiduguri, the Lafayette and all the rest. We're thinking of networking, and of course it's about time we should go beyond radio broadcasting to think of television also and all the rest of the things.
On stories from the armed forces, one challenge has been silence. There's an issue. We've gotten something happening in one part of the country. We need somebody to respond. And this is not something recent. Perhaps far back, let's take this to, say, 2016, thereabout. We've had silence. The speed of response has enabled a gap. And in such gap, misinformation, disinformation, is the order of the day.
In his closing remarks, Director of the Affairs Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, expressed gratitude to all who have supported Armed Forces Radio over the years. He pledged that the radio station would continue to serve as a unifying voice for the nation.
It is no longer in doubt that radio is indeed a force multiplier, an enabler in our effort to galvanize society and mobilize SEM to defeat the terrorist, banditry, and other security challenges. This is, of course, in line with the Chief of Defense Staff leadership philosophy of leading the armed forces of Nigeria that is people-centric while discharging its constitutional responsibilities. My special thanks goes to our regulator, the Nigerian National Broadcasting Commission, our senior partners, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria and Voice of Nigeria, independent producers, and our esteemed customers who have turned in the last 10 years to listen to our programs. We urge you to keep listening to our station as we commence our journey into the second decade of broadcasting excellence.
The milestone celebration drew top military commanders, heads of government institutions, media stakeholders, and academics, all paying tribute to the station's crucial role in promoting national cohesion and reinforcing public confidence in the military. The celebration highlighted the radio station's decade-long journey in delivering impactful, patriotic programming while fostering stronger engagement between security institutions and the Nigerian populace. Laimi Eso, for Spy TV.